All right. Gonna call to order the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for the city of Hayden, Monday, November 17th, 2025. Should we do a roll call?
Absolutely. Commissioner Erickson,
Here.
Commissioner Grano,
Here.
Commissioner Johnson. Absent. Commissioner Morris.
Here.
Commissioner Vargas.
Here.
And Chair Taylor. Absent.
All right, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll lead it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any additions or corrections? Anything? I don't think so. Are there any conflicts of interest to what's being discussed tonight? I don't think so. All right. And for the consent calendar, would someone like to make a motion to approve the minutes of the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting from Monday, November 3rd?
I'll make the motion. Motion for approval of Planning and Zoning Commission regular meeting minutes from November 3rd, 2025.
Would anyone like to second that?
I'll second that.
And do we do roll call or all in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Next on the agenda, we have a public hearing. And for the public hearing, for the commission, has anyone had any ex parte communication with the applicant or the general public regarding this case?
No.
Nope. And while Dawn is coming up, if anyone who wants to offer comments regarding the subject case, please submit a completed form located on the table by the entrance doors. The forms must have your name, address, date, and whether you want to testify in support of, opposed to, or are neutral. Anyone planning to speak must do so at the podium so your remarks can be heard in the recording system. All questions and comments will be directed to the commission, not the applicant. The applicant will have the opportunity to answer questions and offer a rebuttal after all public testimony is completed. All speakers will need to state their name and address for the record before they begin speaking. I will call first those supporting the application, then those uncommitted, and finally those opposed to the application. Please note the commission is not here to answer questions.
Good evening, gentlemen. Tonight we're here to hear the request for a zone map amendment. That's PZE 25-0102. And just some background about the piece of property. The property was annexed in 1991 as ordinance number 204, and it was zoned ag at that time. The property is located at the north side of the Spokane International Railroad line. It's south of East Lancaster Road and east of North Hutter Road. So it's a triangular piece of property. A deferred development agreement was entered into at the time of the building permit that exists on the site today due to the timing of the roundabout improvements designed and constructed by Post Falls Highway District. And the remainder of the unconstructed frontage improvements are to be completed upon completion of the construction of the improvements for this offsite infrastructure. So it had a lot of kind of moving parts at the time of infrastructure. So this is the site. As you can see, it does have the railroad kind of to the southeast. West Lancaster is on the north, and North Hutter is on the south. And what this picture doesn't show is that the roundabout has been constructed in this location over the summer. The applicants are Justin and Heather Arts, who are here in the audience, and Wilson is here as well. Not sure who's presenting, so maybe they all are. And with that, I'll turn it over to them.
It's all yours. Thanks, Donna.
Hello, I'm Justin Arts. My address is 7037 West Bon Air Loop in Coeur d'Alene.
My name's Wilson McSwain,
Gotta give your address.
7349 West Crenshaw Street, Rathdrum, Idaho.
So we are asking for a zoning map amendment for this piece of property. And like Donna already showed, this is that triangular piece right here. We're just gonna go through why our request meets all of the requirements. I feel like there's a presenter mode. Maybe not.
Donna, do you know how to get it into presentation?
I'm not sure from a PDF how to get it to a presentation
Oh, I
mode,
guess, yeah.
So,
Oh, that is just a PDF, huh? Yeah,
so
never mind.
I think it's good.
So yeah, like it's been stated, our request is to rezone the King Sod property from its current zoning of agricultural to light industrial. We feel it supports the economic development of the area and aligns with our future the land use map that the city has showed us and that we've been talking with the team about, and it promotes the responsible growth of that area.
It's, the existing agricultural zoning no longer really aligns with the surrounding developing trends, especially for that small piece. That area is kind of transitioning to a commercial and light industrial uses, and then surrounded by a lot of residential. And then the existing plans that are already in place support this land use change. It's just projected to be in the future, so we're just requesting that it happen sooner. But that is, what we are requesting is what it was already planned to be. So we believe that there's still sufficient basis for that approval.
On the public health, safety, and welfare, the light industrial zoning encourages the low-impact uses. We're not bringing in big smokestacks and making a mess of our little triangle, as we call it. We have very low-impact uses. The city oversight, which we've been working with the team on, we've gone over the traffic mitigation. Obviously, that's been done with the roundabout, and it's working really well at this point. It's really great to stand at the triangle and see traffic moving.
Fast and no crashes.
And no crashes.
Well, that we've seen.
Our first time there, we saw a motorcycle accident, and we immediately said, this is gonna be a very interesting intersection. With stormwater controls, with our drainage and how everything on our property is developed, we did that with our engineers and the city for the thought of light industrial and commercial. In our original meetings, it was stated that that area was moving towards light industrial, so everything we did was with that in mind. All the way down to how many parking spaces we have in our parking lot. So kind of the conclusion of that public health, safety, and welfare is that it does promote a good and responsible growth with the community and the public in mind.
Kind of like I would have talked about a little bit earlier, it is consistent with the comprehensive plan because the future land use map designates that area for light industrial. It supports economic diversification, infrastructure efficiency, just based off following that future land use map. And so we're not asking for anything outside of what has already been established as the way Hayden wants to move. And we're just in agreement with that.
For the purpose and intent, the light industrial zone was intended for low impact industrial and employment uses. As we grow as a company and we're able to bring more employment into our area, our property, like I stated earlier, is designed for this use. It's not a large property, but it's not a small property. I think it's 1.73 acres, and there is plenty of room for all of our activities that we want to do, even as we expand. And so we felt that asking for the zoning change early was a clear alignment with that light industrial zone usage.
As far as the neighborhood context, the area is shifting from agricultural to industrial commercial. Like we talked about before, the light industrial zoning creates compatibility and buffers between the differing uses. Where that piece of property is located between a railroad and two busy roads, it fits the context. When we were talking to the team, even they suggested a couple different options before we even started this process because of the uniqueness of this property, and just the reality of what it is and what it's surrounded by. So it fits, it's very compatible with the surrounding areas. So it does match that current and emerging neighborhood conditions.
And then, final summary, we feel that we meet all of the required standards for approval, through talking to Donna and the team. And then logically, with the growth of the area and the economic development, that ask for the zoning change early, seems to fit right along with that. And so our recommendation is the approval of the zoning map amendment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Do you have your questions?
Yeah, any questions, you guys? I know, I have one.
Yeah.
I take it, the company will be a king sod business right there?
Yes, sir.
Is that what's going in?
Yes.
Yeah.
What does that entail, just like transport and storage of the sod as it gets delivered in and then dispersed, or?
Yeah,
what does that look
pretty
like?
much. We sell sod. We sell it to homeowners and landscapers alike, so for about 9.5, 10 months out of the year, we are bringing in loads of sod, and then we have our own trucks that will take larger loads out. Sometimes people come and pick it up. And then during, like right now, we sell Christmas trees, so it'll be a big Christmas tree lot for a short period, which is a lot of fun. We get a lot of community involvement there, and it's a pretty unique experience. And then in the wintertime, we sell de-icer to landscapers, which allows them to keep working through the wintertime, because that's what most landscapers do. So we're kind of supporting that same customer base in the wintertime doing that. So operational all year long, but the majority of it is bringing in sod and selling sod.
Got it. So you're not manufacturing anything or using heavy equipment other than just moving?
So as far as heavy equipment goes, we do have forklifts, which move the pallets around,
Yeah.
and we have semi-trucks. As far as manufacturing goes, we will be making de-icer,
Got it,
which
okay.
is mixing salt with water. And that is something that we would only do if this gets amended to that.
Got it.
But no manufacturing outside of that.
Okay. Anybody else?
I don't, no.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So, we're just gonna do a nutshell of the staff analysis. So with respect to standards A and B, they have to do whether or not you wanna have any additional studies or plans, and or if there's some additional conditions that need to be added at the end of this. And based on the applicant's proposal, staff does not believe additional studies, plans, or conditions are necessary. So then, standard number 3 says that the amendment to the zoning map shall be in accordance with the future land use map and the goals and policies found in the Hayden Comprehensive Plan. And so under the existing, currently adopted future land use map, this little triangular piece right up here is proposed to be light industrial. That is in conformance with the currently adopted comprehensive plan map that's in there. And then goals and policies, I always kind of do a snapshot of those that are more attributable to the uses that are being proposed, either from a ag to light industrial, or in some cases, of residential uses, whatever that is. But entirety of the goals and policies are always found in the appendix. So if we don't pick up on one that you guys might, you know, it's just a difference of how we're looking at them. So staff noted that the light industrial use, land use, is an activity that's primarily, or the zone is primarily made up of light manufacturing processes and distribution services. So this goal 4 says that we should encourage the development of land within the city limits before any annexed areas. We need to provide that balance between commercial uses along those established transportation corridors while protecting the character of the adjacent land uses. We need to ensure that all development can be serviced by existing public facilities, or that those facilities, if able to be extended, can be. And goal 12 says that we need to establish that balance between jobs and housing. And goal 16 talks about ensuring that ordinances and policies don't violate private property rights. And then kind of the 5 policies we kind of pulled out were, again, development should be compatible with the land use chapter of the comprehensive plan and fiscally responsible in supplying adequate transportation, utilities, and parks to newly developed areas. Policy 11 says promoting nodes of development density in the downtown as well as strategically along transportation corridors. Policy 12 says to encourage rezoning amendments to support the creation of those nodes, where you can have those transition zones between the residential and industrial uses. Policy 17 says you should encourage small-scale retail activity and other service businesses to get that mixture of commercial and residential uses. And then policy 23 talks about ensuring that you're kind of paying attention to what you're doing around the airport. And then the 4th standard says that an amendment to the zoning map and zone text shall align with the zone district's purpose and intent. So ag is really all about where large undeveloped lots are primarily used for farming and agricultural pursuits as defined herein. As was noted by the applicant, the property is less than 2 acres, which doesn't meet the minimum lot size for an agricultural lot. Light industrial, although what they're proposing is light industrial, and the light industrial zone provides for light manufacturing, processing, and distribution, wholesale, retail sales in an environment that's clean, quiet, and free of noise, odor, dust, and smoke. So the Hayden current zone map shows this to be ag, as well as the area through the railroad and south. Within the city limits, it's all shown as ag. So, infrastructure. The subject site's on a private well. There isn't a district out in their neck of the woods, so they did put a well in on the site. Panhandle Health District granted them a septic permit as a condition of the building permit that was issued on site. All the dry utilities, gas, electric, cable, and phone are installed underground. Dedications of right-of-way occurred with the intersection project as a requirement of their deferred development agreement and with that project. And then the access locations, again, because of that triangular piece and the fact that those are both pretty heavily used arterials, were identified as part of the intersection project and their building permit. It was a combination approval between the city and Post Falls Highway District. And then the last standard is an amendment to the zone map shall be consistent with the neighborhood context. So as you're looking at the neighborhood today, property to the north is the Hayden Area Regional Sewer Board land application site. To the south is that Spokane International Railroad. Directly west and north are KMPO classified arterials. So those are arterial streets, not just local roads. To the west is a home site with farm accessory structures and farmland, and farther to the west, farther to the east and west is farmland as well. So if you're looking at it, you can look at it from words, but if you go out and were to actually take a peek at what's out there, this is facing southwest from the project site. So this is the home site with the various accessory structures throughout, as well as the grain silos on the other side of the railroad tracks. This is facing west from the project as you're looking toward Rathdrum. Just turn around 180 degrees, and this is facing east from the project site. You can kind of see work going on out there. This is facing north from the project site. This is part of that land application site we were talking about that belongs to Hayden Area Regional Sewer Board. And then just as a kind of an overview, this is the location of the piece of property. City of Rathdrum is over here, and airport is here. It's not in either one of the direct flight paths of the runways, but it is in the kind of the sound area of the airport. So we received 8 public comments. All of them were no comments at this time or on this proposal. The Northern Lakes Fire Protection District has signed off on their building plans and did provide comments should they develop their project more. But all non-residential building permits and project locations have to go to the fire department for approval as part of the permitting process. There's the 5 standards of approval on one page. You can actually read them all, so that's a good thing. And we did not receive any public comments prior to the public hearing here tonight. Possible motions are to approve, continue, or to deny. Do you have questions for me?
No? I don't.
I do not.
Is there anybody here that's opposed to this? That's what I guess we didn't.
Did you have anybody turn in anything to speak tonight? No.
Make a motion?
Yeah.
So, no,
Deb, if they
yeah,
want to speak.
no questions for you. Is there anybody that would like to make a public comment? Either in favor, neutral, or opposed? Other than the in favor, the people with the King Sod shirts.
They have the opportunity to rebut anything that I may have said that they
Oh,
would
yeah.
like to speak.
Is there, do you have any comments in regards to what Donna just presented? Maybe something she missed or something you wanted to correct?
She's been very thorough. No, we've talked about all this, is kind of what we expected.
Okay.
And then I think you close the public hearing and start deliberation.
Yeah. So, public hearing is now closed, and we shall deliberate. Anybody have any comments amongst us regarding this?
I just feel it, yeah, it makes sense based on our future land map. It's bringing jobs and supporting businesses in the community, so based on that, I think it meets all the criteria necessary from my perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. And I was, obviously, I'm very impressed with how thorough the applicant has been with all of the details. I think that's great. Makes it pretty easy.
Yeah. Vince? Anything?
Nope, looks good.
Yeah. Well, one, I've been driving by that area for years, and if anybody knows what it used to look like, it was just a little triangle patch of trees. I mean, it can't even be used for agriculture. It's not even the right size to be considered agriculture. It doesn't fit with, or its current zoning doesn't fit with what the future use is going to be, so it makes, everything is just common sense, and then when you look at the standards of approval, I feel, like with everyone else, it meets all of those standards. So, would somebody like to make, can you go to the, motions?
Yep.
Would someone like to make a motion?
I would make a motion to approve.
All right, can you read that little section under motion to approve?
I move to recommend approval of PZE 25-0102, Arts King Sod Zone Map Amendment Request, finding that it is in accord with the standards of Hayden City Code, based upon testimony received at the public hearing and the record of the request.
I'll second.
All right. And then you do a roll call on this one, right?
Yeah, give me one here. Find my people. And that would be Commissioner Erickson
Aye.
and Commissioner Vargas.
Yes.
All approved?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Where's my second?
Yeah. I think we got everybody.
Yes.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
approved.
so the current intent is for this to be heard at City Council on December 23rd. So, but we are going to clarify at their meeting tomorrow night to verify quorum before we notice. So just as a matter of interest. As far as next steps, because the written
Yeah.
recommendation will come back to this board at our next meeting, which is December 1st. And then after that, then it'll be heard before City Council, but it has to be, the written recommendation has to be approved before we can notice. So to meet those noticing requirements, that puts us at the December 23rd meeting.
Okay. All right, and then at this time, Sean usually says, if you're here for the public hearing, feel free to excuse yourselves. We're just gonna go over some reports, and then we'll close the meeting, so. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Pardon me? Obviously.
Do you want to go over the recommendation of whether or not we want to do the Hayden Lights Parade?
Yeah, so the Hayden Lights Parade is coming up. It will be on December 6th at 5 PM. The question posed to you all, to all of us, is whether or not we would like to participate in that parade. I know last year we didn't. I think schedules might be difficult. And then also, we don't have a float or a
I was
vehicle
gonna
or
say,
anything.
who's making the
So-
float? Yeah.
So it would be something where one of us would have to supply a vehicle, et cetera. So I know me personally, that is probably unlikely that I'd be able to participate.
I won't be here, I know that for a
Yeah.
fact, so.
I won't either.
Yeah. All right.
You wanna
I'll
represent?
check my calendar.
Okay.
Looks like you're it.
It's sounding like maybe the Planning and Zoning Commission will pass this year on participation in the Hayden Lights Parade.
Okay. So as far as the report goes, council's tomorrow night, comprehensive plan, future comprehensive plan will get heard tomorrow night at city council. And then we'll go from there. This application came in, obviously, prior to any adoption, so whenever the application comes forward, that's the zone, or that's the code, not the zone, but the code that it kind of falls under, so, obviously, until something is approved new, that's what you work with, so that's why the difference is there. I don't think they're, December 1st, we have a meeting. If we're ready for a workshop to go through some more specifics related to those code amendments we talked about, we'll bring those forward. If not, it'll be a call-in meeting. We will keep you posted.
So December 1st is the next meeting,
It is,
and it will be a call-in meeting,
maybe,
potentially.
potentially. We
Got it.
will let you know. Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right. Any other reports? Community Development Director's report?
Nope, that's it.
All right. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.